On today's Daily Strike, training camp day 2 saw a scrimmage as preseason games are drawing near. This is the latest news and notes on the Tampa Bay Lightning for Saturday, September 20th, 2025. I'm Steve Versnick. The Lightning were back at practice on Friday, and they held their first scrimmage of training camp. Santini and Erik Cernak were the goal scorers. Now, the scrimmage started with the point line going against the Cirelli line. That is a fantastic matchup. The Lightning will be back on the ice at the TGH Iceplex in Brandon this morning, starting at 8:45. The practices are free and open to the public. There'll be another scrimmage today as well at 12:35. After Friday's practice, Zemgus Girgensons spoke on what he worked on this offseason.
Just on-ice stuff. Off-ice stuff has always been the same for me. I train the same way. Been like that for my whole career, so I haven't changed anything there. But try to work more on my shot and stuff that I feel like I struggled last year, and hopefully it pays off.
Gage Goncalves talked about the skills he worked on during the summer.
Zone entry, little skills, touching it through pucks, touching it through sticks. And then honestly, we do a lot of game-like situations, whether it's kind of 2-on-2s out of the corner, 2-on-1 with back pressure, lots of rim games and puck touches off rims, off flips, off bad passes, trying to get your feet and your hands moving, but also your mind with kind of picking stuff out. So yeah, I've liked it so far, and I think it's helped me a lot ever since.
Jack Finley is hoping to make the Tampa Bay roster this training camp after he spent the last 3 seasons in Syracuse.
Coming into this camp excited. It's the first time in a couple of years that I've been able to partake in camp, and last year and the year before I was sitting on the sidelines hurt with injuries throughout the summer. So I had a great summer. I was able to skate and train regularly with everyone back home, and last year I played 1 game, and I was happy with my season in Syracuse. So for me, I'm just coming into camp and trying to earn a spot. It's like the coach has said, it's a deep lineup this year. There's a lot of good players from the first to the fourth line, so it's not going to be easy, but I believe in myself and my game, and I've worked hard to give myself an opportunity to try and make this team.
We're now just 2 days away from the first preseason game in Carolina. Head coach John Cooper on how the rosters are comprised for those early preseason games.
I always say this, those first 3-4 games, probably a lot of management decisions and what goes on in the games, and then the last couple are a lot of coaches' decisions. So Julian gets he's in charge of those ones. But again, we're all in this together, and we're looking to see who's going to play and where they're going to play.
That game is scheduled for 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday night. We'll have it for you on Lightning Radio, starting with the pregame show at 6:30. Of course, you'll hear that game on 102.5 The Bone, our flagship radio station, as we announced a multi-year extension with Cox Media Group to carry the games on the Bone for years to come. That means you'll hear Dave Mishkin, Phil Esposito, Greg Linelli, and everyone else there every single game night.
This day in Lightning history.
It was on this date last year that Victor Hedman publicly presented his C-stamped jersey as the captain at an exclusive event that also unveiled the Patch with a Purpose program. That, with the support of Advent Health and the Tampa Metropolitan YMCA, the program has pledged more than $1 million to local nonprofits. You've got just over a week left to win 2 tickets to every concert, Lightning game, and event at Benchmark International Arena for an entire year. Visit TampaBayLightning.com/golden ticket for details and to enter. You can submit additional entries by taking photos next to our custom designed benches spread throughout the Tampa Bay community. The sweepstakes will end on September 28th. Happy birthday to Jan Hlavich, who scored 9 goals in 62 games during the 2007-2008 season for the Bolts. If you missed Power Lunch this week, it returned on Thursday and Friday. Dave Mishkin and Greg Linelli break down the Lightning every day at noon during the season. You can watch the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. If you missed the show, like this past Thursday and Friday, if you missed it, download the podcast in your favorite podcast app. Thank you for listening to the Daily Strike for Saturday, September 20th, 2025. I'm Steve Versnick, where every day is Hockey Day.